Lies are inherently untrue, but it is a narrow viewpoint to claim that lies cannot sometimes work to strengthen the truth. This is because the most important component of truth is the message that it conveys rather than a literal fact or occurrence. After all, a truth is only truthful if it conveys the true essence, which means that lies can sometimes work to convey the truth. I realize that this may be a hard notion to get behind, so think about it this way. If only true facts or occurrences are described, but they fail to communicate the true essence of a situation or circumstance, then in this instance that does not constitute truth. People can convey an untruthful message using only true facts or occurrences, which is why the most important component of truth is essence. Take, for example, a scenario I created between two friends, Mark and Paula. One Friday, they were hanging out and got back to their homes after curfew. The next day, Mark calls Paula to ask her how mad her parents were. Mark does this by asking Paula if her parents yelled at her. Paula's parents did not yell at her. But Paula's parents never express their anger through yelling. Rather, they show disappointment and they show silence towards her. To Mark, if his parents acted this way, it would indicate that they were not mad. But for Paula's parents, it meant that they were furious, just as mad as Mark's parents were when they yelled. But Mark asked Paula if her parents yelled at her, so Paula understands that she has two options of how to answer Mark's question. The first is that she could describe the literal happenings and say that her parents did not yell at her, and then she could try to explain that they were mad nonetheless. But Paula is hesitant to answer this way because she knows that Mark will just think, oh, her parents didn't yell, so they weren't really that mad. Because to Mark, parents express maximum anger through yelling, and this is all he understands. Paula knows that no matter how hard she tries to explain to Mark that her parents don't express anger through yelling, Mark will still think, in his head, oh, but they didn't yell, so they weren't that mad, and we can try to break curfew again. Or, on the other hand, Paula could answer a different way. She could simply answer, yes, they yelled. And then Mark will understand that her parents were indeed very mad, which is the truth. Then Mark would understand that they shouldn't risk missing curfew again. In this instance, in this circumstance, Paula's lie conveys the truth, that her parents were mad. In this scenario, there exist two truths, and one truth is the truth of what literally happened, the actual occurrence of her parents not yelling, and the other would be the true essence being conveyed. Of these two truths, the closest thing to the actual truth, in my opinion, would be the one that conveys the true essence in this small, lighthearted scenario. In more drastic situations than the instance between Paula and Mark, for example, Tim O'Brien's book The Things They Carried, clarification that lies are being used to convey the truth may be necessary, but I'll discuss this in the next video.